folks. Welcome to the beautiful Sports Focus. I am your host, John McNeil. With me is Mr. Always Smiling Kevin Civils.
The beautiful.
That's from the Harvey Martin show back in the 70s, I heard. He used to call his show The Beautiful Harvey Martin, but his best friend Drew Pearson called, he's one of the ugliest brothers he ever seen. So I mean, you go. Oh man, we got some stuff to get into. Some comparisons with the GOAT and someone that could be up under him. But let's start with the big topic now. The U.S. Supreme Court lifted the ban on sports betting in America because of New Jersey. They filed a suit and they lost, and now we can gamble on professional sports.
And it's regulated by the state, not by feds.
Will be regulated by the state. Each state will do it differently. Your
like
thoughts?
Boxing.
Your thoughts on
It's just like boxing. Every state has their rules and regulations about boxing. What can and can't be done, blah, blah, blah. So it's going to be very interesting. But, you know, that may bring in, you know, Sandy's people, you know.
We don't want to put that on camera. You might want to delete that if you want. But, I mean, hey.
But, no, it's good. It's good. And now, you know, it's you don't have to travel all over the place to do your sports betting, or you got to find that bookie and stuff like that.
You got to go to the casino.
Right. Now you don't have to worry about all of that.
I'm sure the casinos don't like that.
Well, actually, they said that in Connecticut, they're going to try to get them involved into it. They're not going to let them monopolize on it, but they want them involved in it, too.
Yeah. I wonder, is it going to be like you go to the corner store and you get the lottery?
No,
No. Never take Buffalo in them 3 points.
It's just like some of the states that have off-site betting, horse betting. You know, you have a building that you go to and do all the betting. I think that's why they're going to get with the casinos, because that's how they're going to do it.
It would be revenue. I get morally the people's going to be, we're going to do this and that, and it's Babylon.
Yeah.
But, people are doing it anyway. And you're an adult. You need to, control your own self. How about that? Because if there's smoking and drinking, what is that doing? Mm-hmm. But you're still profiting off of that, huh? United States of America and the States. How about that? So let's get some gambling.
Why not?
Why not? It's up to you, the people. It's up to the people to choose if you want to bet on a team or a sport or whatever.
Right.
So, see how it goes. Talking about games, we got the NBA playoffs heating up. Real dominant fashion. We have the Western Conference playoffs. It looks like it's going to be a sweep, in my opinion. I have no idea what Houston. It's like Houston, Toronto. They're connected in some crazy way to perform like how they did.
What they're going to do, man? KD is just KD.
What you want to do when you're asking the Golden State Warriors, when you're playing them, that all of you have to be like, all of you. That's not going to happen. So I don't know how Golden State's going to lose, especially game one, how they lost, how Houston lost that game. And I was watching that game, and I'm like, it started off white hot. It looked like a heavyweight fight. But then I saw at the half, it was tied. I'm like, you know what? This game is over. I went, took out the garbage, did some other stuff. And I'm like, sure enough, I came back. Golden State.
Those guys, man, it's like once they start getting on the roll and they start dropping.
But Steph only had 15.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They are going to be very, very, you're going to need that LeBron down 3-1 thing, that miracle to happen. And that's all you can say about
LeBron
that.
down 3-1 in the helps of the refs. So, yeah.
Well, hey, Golden State won 73 games, and
with the help of the refs. Here you go.
hey, they won.
Let me slide this and get that call.
They should have helped them
Let me
win
slide this and get that call.
championship and cap that off as the greatest team ever.
We couldn't when the refs was on the other side.
I don't know, bro. I don't know about that. Not for 4 straight games. I don't know. Well, we got the West, and it looks like it's a wrap. The Golden State done it again. I thought Houston had a shot.
I thought they would. I guess.
Really thought they was going to.
I guess Chris Paul brought the jinx from the Clippers with him. Huh?
Damn, Houston. Come on. Maybe game 2 they'll, show and save face for the Houston people.
Yeah.
Because if they don't win game 2, it is over.
Yeah, you don't want to go to Oakland.
No. Sort of like in the Eastern Conference, you have Boston and the Cavs. This very quickly could be a very fast-paced moving Eastern Conference final as well, because what people fail to realize, Boston has the best defense in the NBA.
In Boston, they play. They
hustle.
They don't play around. They actually play. They are scrappers.
They are a bunch of scrappers, and you see what they did to my Sixers. And I thought
that was unexpected.
I thought Philly was at least going to show something, and they barely won the game that Philadelphia won. So I'm like,
it's like crazy.
Your thoughts on this series as it is now, and how you think it's going to be?
I told this guy as a joke, and I said it. I meant it to my heart. If this goes to 7, I'm not watching basketball anymore.
If it goes 7?
If this goes 7, I'm not even watching basketball anymore.
You got to remember, Milwaukee took Boston to 7. Mm-hmm. And they did struggle on the road. So there is, I could see, Boston winning the 2 and then going to Cleveland and maybe struggling. But I also can see a scenario where I can see them winning all 4 of them.
Yeah.
So, because Boston is that good, and we'll see how it turns out. But I'm very interested how both of these series is Cleveland and is Houston going to step up.
It's going to be interesting. Houston has a better chance of stepping up because
they do
what we know their offense can do. This here with the one-man game.
They got to hope that everybody else starts putting in the 20s and all that.
They're supposed to.
That's their only hope.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it turns out. Now, this particular segment is dedicated to my main man, Uncle Sterling Sharpe. Because we're going to talk about his brother, the great Sterling Sharpe. I watch this show. I try and get it in every day. Undisputed on Fox Sports 1. You got Shannon Sharpe. That's Joy Taylor. And we're going to talk about the GOAT himself, Jerry Rice. Everybody says Jerry Rice is the GOAT, which is deserving. He has the stats. He got championships. He has everything. He was the longevity. What else can you ask for in the GOAT? But I'm going to bring you someone else. Sterling Sharpe.
My man.
That's right. My man. Oh, before I forget, Shannon, I just want to, if you ever see this, I just want to make you know that this is verified, authentic transmission. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, Shannon, Sterling Sharpe was by far one of the greatest, who not in the Hall of Fame, like how we talk about with Drew Pearson. Mm-hmm. He's not in the Hall of Fame, but Staubach is.
Yeah.
Brett Favre is. How come he is not in the Hall of Fame? Now, his numbers.
Yes.
His numbers is up there for the length of time he played. He played from 1988 to 1994. Came in the same time as the playmaker, Michael Irvin.
Right.
That's him, putting on the gold jacket. And hopefully one day he'll get a jacket put on. He's deserved it. Yes, now, I'm looking up now. Michael Irvin, in his career, which is an 11-year career, he has 65 touchdowns. Tell me why in the shortened career that Sterling Sharpe has, he has 65 touchdowns.
Sterling Sharpe was a beast at that wide receiver position. You couldn't do anything with that dude.
Yes.
You couldn't do anything with that. When I cried myself, honestly, in his speech when he said, I'm going into the hall, know I am the second best football player in my family. I was like, wow.
Church!
Wow.
That's what I'm talking. That's real talk right there. Because when you look at his career, look at that. He led the league in catches 3 times. And I'm just using Michael Irvin, and don't think I'm saying that he's better than Michael Irvin. I'm just using his, his contemporaries that that they played with. Sterling Sharpe led the league in catches 3 times. 89, 92, and 93. Now, those were the years that the Cowboys, started punching people in the gut. Sterling Sharpe was a 5-time Pro Bowler. Guess how many All-Pros?
Yeah, probably 6. No, I think he had 4.
3 All-Pros.
Okay.
92 and 93 seasons. So he's right there with, Irv and it was basically like how we discussed. It was Jerry Rice. You had Sterling Sharpe.
Come on. As they say, and I remember reading this somewhere, they say he did the actual wide receiver triple crown. Led in receiving, led in yards, and touchdowns.
And you are absolutely correct.
It's unbelievable.
He was, and why he's not in the Hall of Fame?
I have no idea.
Why he's not in the Hall of Fame?
That's
I have no idea.
And I hate when people say it's because he wasn't in the league long. That doesn't make sense.
And they can't say that, he didn't make the playoffs. And I hate when they start breaking it down to individual when, football is a team game.
That's right.
Yes, he was in the playoffs that 93 season. They beat Detroit. And, they're going against the Cowboys. It was just that the Cowboys was coming up. He had good postseason. Him personally, 5 catches against Detroit for $101, 3 touchdowns, and he caught the memorable pass that Brett Favre threw. It was unbelievable. And against Dallas, he had 6 catches for 128 and a touchdown. They 27-17 lost. But they couldn't stop him. They should have threw more his way.
You should
when
have.
the receivers say, and you had Terrell Owens say, he wanted the ball, Jerry Rice wanted the ball, give it to him and see what happened. He was the man.
I still don't understand why he's not in the Hall.
I never will understand how. And what gets me the most is how come he is not even on that ballot when they're doing the countdown. 25, and let's trim this down. He's not even on that
list, and that's the shocking thing. And what kills me is when they say shortened career.
But at his time that he played, he was the man.
Some of his stats rivaled Jerry Rice.
Oh yes, Jerry was now. I looked at those years. Jerry Rice was clearly when you look at the stats,
right?
He was in another world, but Sterling was right there.
Actually, I believe his were better in those early 90s, weren't they? Because the 49ers didn't do much too well until that season. No. You don't think so?
Yeah. Nope.
But it has to be if he sat there and led in receiving yards and so and so during those years.
Yeah, that year.
Yeah.
Michael Irvin never led the league like that. No. So just them putting it out there, he got them 3 Super Bowls.
They blame that on Emmett.
Yeah, you forget that. Folks, this is one of the all-time greats to ever play the game. Injury shortened his career in 1994. And you know what? It's a shame that he is not in the Hall of Fame. And folks, that's all the time I have for you. Shannon, put this on there and talk more about your brother. I don't care that's your blood. Talk about him anyway. He should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he should.
Folks, that's all the time we have for you. Peace. Wakanda forever.